Someone just found 18 karat gold cufflinks at Goodwill that could sell for over $1,000, and they're currently sitting at just $400 with less than 2 days left. Let's start with the crown jewel of this week's finds. These aren't just any cufflinks. We're talking about 18 karat yellow gold with rose and white gold accents. The fact that someone donated these to Goodwill is absolutely mind-blowing. Right now, they're sitting at $400 with 6 bids and less than 2 days to go. But here's the kicker. The buy it now price is $1,200, which tells us that's probably closer to their actual retail value. 18 karat gold is 75% pure gold, so even just the melt value on these would be substantial. But when you add in the craftsmanship and the tricolor gold design, you're looking at serious money. The embellishment suggests these might be from a high-end jewelry maker. At $400, if you can authenticate these and they're genuine 18 karat, you could easily double your money. The bidding's getting competitive though, so this one's going to be interesting to watch. Now here's something that's got my attention. A Nikon FE2 with a 50mm Bots f 1.8 lens. This is a serious camera that film photographers absolutely love, currently at $106 with 8 bids and over 2 days left. The FE2 was Nikon's professional manual focus camera from the 1980s, and it's built like a tank. What makes this deal even better is that it comes with the incredibly popular 50mm f1.8 lens. Just that lens alone typically sells for $150 to $200 used. A working FE2 body usually goes for $200 to $300, so getting both for potentially under $200 would be a steal. The film photography revival has made these cameras super desirable again. Young photographers are paying premium prices for quality manual cameras like this. Even if you're not into photography, this could be an easy flip. Just make sure to check if it's actually working. The listing doesn't specify condition, which could be risky. Here's where things get really interesting for the electronics nerds out there. This Tektronix oscilloscope is currently at just $54, but the buy it now is $380. Tektronix is the Rolls-Royce of test equipment. This isn't some cheap knockoff. The 2445A is a 150 megahertz analog scope that was probably worth several $1,000s when it was new. Now I know what you're thinking. It says, not tested. And that's definitely a risk. Oscilloscopes are complex pieces of equipment that can have expensive repairs. But here's the thing about Tektronix. They built these things to last decades. Even if it needs some work, vintage test equipment has a huge following among engineers, ham radio operators, and electronics hobbyists. If it works, you're looking at potentially $300 to $500 resale value. Even for parts, these can be worth good money. The analog display alone is something that modern digital scopes can't replicate, which is why vintage scope collectors pay premium prices for working units. This little Russian silver cup might look insignificant, but don't let the size fool you. At $32 with just 4 bids, this could be a hidden gem. It's marked as .850 silver, which means it's 85% pure silver. That's actually higher purity than sterling silver. At 39.9 grams, just the silver content alone is worth about $30 to $35 at current silver prices. But here's where it gets interesting. Russian artisan silver pieces often carry significant premiums beyond their melt value. The craftsmanship and historical significance can make these pieces worth several times their silver content. The buy it now price of $69 suggests the seller knows it's worth more than just scrap silver. Russian silver pieces, especially those with maker's marks or from specific time periods, are highly collectible. If this has any historical significance or interesting engravings, it could easily be worth $100 to $200 to the right collector. At $32, you're basically paying scrap price for what could be a genuine antique. Last but definitely not least, we've got this Pendleton Western jacket that's generating serious interest, 9 bids, and still almost 4 days left. Pendleton is legendary for their quality, especially their Western wear line. This diamond desert pattern in blue denim is exactly the kind of piece that vintage Western wear collectors go crazy for. At $36 right now, with a buy it now of $180, there's clearly room for profit here. Pendleton jackets, especially the Western patterns, regularly sell for $100 to $200, or more depending on the pattern and condition. The Southwestern patterns are particularly hot right now with the whole Western fashion trend. What makes Pendleton special is their attention to detail and the quality of their materials. These jackets last forever and actually get better with age. Size medium is perfect for resale since it fits the broadest range of buyers. With 9 bids already, this one's definitely heating up, but even if it goes to $70 or $80, there's still profit potential. The vintage Western wear market is strong right now, especially for authentic brands like Pendleton. That's a wrap on this week's amazing Shop Goodwill finds. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more incredible deals, and drop a comment below. What's the most valuable thing you've ever scored at a thrift store or garage sale?